Today's topic is going to be a dating, I guess you can call this a series of Montana, why are you single? If you know so much about relationships, why are you single? Because I get that question a lot. So I'm going to give you an example of somebody I was talking to recently. This gentleman he is a relationship coach, an author. So I think we dated for about 2 to 3 weeks before I stopped talking to him. So my situation, great guy, was rooting for him, thought he was going to be good for me. Relationship coach, and I'm like, yes, somebody who has common sense, is mentally stable, knows about relationships. Like, yes, this is going to last. This dating is going to go on for quite some time. Long story short, I saw a couple of red flags that wasn't a red flag until the third time it happened, because you may do something and it may not be part of your character. It's just something you happen to do at that time. So it was a situation where he needed validation and he needed me to give a robotic response. And what I mean by that is, in this particular situation where I cut him off that day, I was going to bed and it was something simple like, oh, okay, I'm about to go to bed. You have a great night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. He was like, oh, good night, sweetie. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. He was like, oh, what was that? Too mushy? I was like, no. I said, it's something you wanted to say, and a term of endearment that you wanted to say. That's fine. And he was like, oh, okay, because I like you. And I responded back, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And there have been times before where I've expressed how I felt at any given moment when I felt the feeling. I think I went out of town and I was so busy like moving to the new city, and I texted him. I was like, oh, I miss talking to you, like, because that's what I felt in that moment. That's what I wanted to express to him. And it was like a real feeling that I was feeling at that moment, and I wanted to communicate to that to him. And I did. And I was like, oh, I miss talking to you, like, because we talk every day. So fast forward back to this particular moment when he told me, oh, because I really like you. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. Just acknowledging what he had said in that moment. And there have been other times where I did express, oh, I really like you. Or did I, I like this about you. Or this is whatever. I would always express what I felt in the moment. So he had like, okay type of response. And this is the third time he did something like that after he said or did something and I didn't respond. So I guess how he thought I should have responded. So my response was, why the okay? He was like, well, I said I like you, so I guess you're supposed to say it back or something like that. And I said, no, I wasn't supposed to say it back right then and there. I've said it other times. Just because you said it just now, you think I'm supposed to have a robotic, mindless response and just say it back? I say stuff when I mean it. I say stuff when it's authentic. I say stuff when I feel it. I don't say stuff when it's forced, when it's expected as a response, or mindlessly a copycat response. Oh, you said I want to say it. So I'm real genuine in my communication. I'm not robotic. I don't do it mindlessly. I don't just copy what you say when you say it without even thinking. I said, this is like the third time you've done something like this where you want somebody to respond the way you want them to respond and when you want them to respond. I say you don't appreciate genuine responses. You don't appreciate genuine terms of endearment, like somebody telling you something genuinely because it's how they feel. You want a robotic, mindless, whether they mean it or not. Just say it when you say it just so you can feel comfortable. I say you're supposed to be a relationship coach and you're author of a relationship book. I say that bothers me, that you really feel like this is how organic connections are supposed to come about when you're dating somebody. You're trying to get to know somebody and feel them out. I say, so you won't allow my character to just show and me be who I am so you can make a judgment from there if I'm the type of person you want to date or not. I said, okay. I said, I am going to go ahead and end our communication. It was a pleasure knowing you the time that I did get to know you, and you have a good night. But this is my thing with that. And this is the biggest issue that I had with that. So I think I know a good amount about relationships and dating and having a healthy mindset and being a healthy person with good character, good values, good morals. And then this guy here is a relationship coach. And he's also an author. And he said that his book did very successfully. Probably did, no doubt. But you're You're telling me that you did all this and you expect people to mindlessly or copycat your response in the moment without even thinking. Just, say it when you say it, and you didn't even acknowledge the times that I have in the past that we've been talking, give you a compliment or tell you how I felt. You didn't even acknowledge those times. Like, even in my own household with my child, like, we don't even say I love you too. We don't do that. I teach my children that you say I love you or whatever to anybody, including me, including your dad, when you mean it, when you think about it, when they do something that makes you like, oh, I know he really loves me, like I love him too, whatever, instead of a robotic, I love you too. Hey, mommy, I'll be home at 3, love you. And I'm like, I love you too, bye. Like, I don't want fake, mindless, copycat responses. Like, I want thought put in it. I want it to be said and done. I want love to be said and love to be shown when you feel it, when you feel I deserve to be acknowledged on your own organic time, not forced, not expected, just freely. So we have a thing in our household where she'll just come in my room and she'll be like, mommy, I'll be like, hey, what's up? I love you. Or I just want to tell you I love you. I'll be like, oh, thank you. Or we'll just be riding in the car and I'll just be looking at her and she'd be so cute or do something cute and I'll just be like, I love you. And she'd be like, oh, thank you. But it's always a very genuine kiss or a hug or say I love you, or very genuine. It's not mindlessly or robotic. I mean, we as people, they'd be like, I love you too. And I really sat down and I thought about it with a whole different mindset, this new self-love Montana. And I'm just like, why do we do that? Why is it so empty and so mindless? And we just don't even think about it. We just say it. I decided to have more intent when I say things like that, have more intent when I do certain things. And it's more meaningful for me and the other person when it's done or when it's said, when it's not expected or when it's not forced or when it's not mindless or robotically said or robotically done. I think it means more. Coming from another sane person, to see me say something like, I love you, I like you, I'm thinking about you, just out the blue and not robotic response to what your responses are, I think another mentally sane person would appreciate that. It's different from the norm. And it's different because I'm no longer walking with the herd of people that do this. I'm taking it upon myself to be like, you know what? I want to do it with purpose. I want to do it with intent. And I hope that they notice this. So that was my issue with him, the last guy that I cut off. You guys know I'm newly on the dating market, a couple of months now. So everybody that I've met on the dating scene, as of today, I've cut everybody off. I think I've made like 2 new friends or 2 new people to date just recently today on dating apps. So we'll see how this goes. I'll keep you updated on more episodes of Montana, Why Are You Single? Because I have too much damn common sense, which isn't so common. And I'm one of the very few mentally sane people out there that have done the due diligence over the past almost 10 years of getting my mind right and being a better person to other people and myself, like really, really going hard. Have even went to therapy recently to just check behind myself that I was doing everything correctly. And therapy is cool, guys. You should try it. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of update you guys and think about this in your daily dating situations or your current relationship. Are people doing things mindlessly or are they doing it with intent? Does it matter to you? How important is it for people's words to match up with their actions? But yeah, just drop your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be uploading more content to the channel. All right, you guys. Love some. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.